of the new Mr. E. As the light in the room grew darker that evening, the pumpkins on the wall grew brighter. For some reason, those jack-o'-lanterns really bothered me. Aldo liked them, though. When he came in to clean that night, he said, "Whoa, I almost thought I was in the wrong room." He stopped and admired all the decorations. They did a really good job. Speaking of Halloween, I have a present for you, Humphrey. I love, love, love presents. He wheeled his cart to the middle of the room. Then he reached into his lunch sack and pulled something out. "Maria helped me with this," Aldo explained as he walked towards my cage. He opened the door and put something orange in my cage. "A little Halloween treat," he said. In front of me was a tiny little jack-o'-lantern. It was actually a piece of pumpkin with carrots and seeds that made a little face. It looked perfectly hamsterlicious. Thank you a million times," I squeaked excitedly. "It's my pleasure," Aldo replied. I started to nibble on the pumpkin right away, while Aldo gave Og his nightly froggy food sticks. Poor Og. I guess he'll never know how tasty pumpkin is, especially the seeds. When Aldo was ready to leave, he said, "I've got a joke for you two. What do ghosts eat on their cereal?" "I got no idea," I said. Og didn't say a thing, not even boing. "Boo, berries." Then Aldo burst out laughing and kept on chuckling as he rolled his cart out the door. After he'd gone, when I looked up at the row of pumpkins on the wall, they didn't look scary. They just looked yummy. "Class, it's time to begin," Mr. E announced the next morning. "We have a lot to do today." "Can we play basketball?" Simon asked. "Not right now," Mr. E answered. "Word war?" Rosie asked. "Not today," Mr. E said. "We've got a lot of work to do." There were a few groans, but not many. "We're going to start with Mrs. Brisbane's mystery words," he said. "Take out a sheet of paper." Mr. E still had small round glasses and red hair, but this was a different Mr. E than I had seen before. This was a real teacher. Besides, I was happy that we were going back to mystery words. I knew what piewack meant, and pizzazz. But today, Mr. E gave us a new word to figure out. Perzizzle. I wondered if it meant a hot handbag. He wrote this sentence on the board. "When you go to the store, please get some sizzle for tomorrow's lunches." Gosh, sizzle had to be some kind of food, but it could be anything. Carrots, apples, celery, or other crunchy things. Then he wrote another sentence. "My grandmother spent the afternoon teaching me how to bake sizzle." I don't think a grandmother would spend a whole afternoon teaching somebody how to bake a carrot or an apple. I like them raw. The third sentence was, "My favorite breakfast is sizzle with jam." Jam! It's a sweet, fruity spread. I know that. And as far as I knew, humans usually ate jam on bread. Sizzle was bread. I got 100% on my assignment. My friends were all shouting bread, so they got 100% too. I was most excited because Mr. E was following Mrs. Brisbane's lesson plan, and as far as I could tell, everybody still liked him. Personally, I liked him a little more than I had the day before. I didn't have much time to think about sizzle with jam because Mr. E then went into a math lesson that didn't involve basketballs or running or shouting. My friends worked hard and didn't talk unless they were called on. Just before recess, Mr. E talked about Egypt. He had me on the edge of my cage, talking about pyramids, mummies, and the Nile River. I tell you, I was shivering and quivering during that lesson. And when my friends went out to play, Mr. E sat at Mrs. Brisbane's desk and studied lesson plans in her binder. We got so much done that day, I'm not sure Mrs. Brisbane could have kept up, but my classmates and I did. Mr. E even gave out homework assignments, real homework. No one complained because he explained why it was important. We'll stop there learning about the new Mr. E. We'll pick it up